Kirk Cousins finished QB 10, 372 completions, 561 attempts, 66.3% completions, 4,221 yards, 33 touchdowns, 7 interceptions, 19 rushes for 115 yards and 1 touchdown. Thoughts on Kirk Cousins?
This guy is like a silent, just like one of those. Like, I don't want to use the term silent assassin, but like, man, quietly, Kirk Cousins puts in just like QB1 after QB1 season. Like, it is wild how much he is able to pad the stats. I guess is probably the best part because it has been a run first team, and yet here's Kirk Cousins turning in QB1, QB1 numbers. So um, I think with where he's going, and Derek, again, you'll have to let me know what his ADP is, but with where he's going versus the return on investment you get for him, I was not a Kirk Cousins believer. Still really not a Kirk Cousins believer, but man, I mean, how do you ignore the past 4 or 5 seasons there in Minnesota with what he's been able to do in terms of putting up stats week in and week out? They don't necessarily translate to wins all the time, but that's not what we're really after. We just care about fantasy points. So, um, yeah, I like Kirk Cousins, and truth be told, I think I'm going to have to start targeting him if I don't go after one of the top, upper echelon QBs.
People, for whatever reason, forget about Kirk Cousins. And yeah, while Ping's Pick is saying that he's the truest best ball QB, he is, but he was also pretty darn consistent for you as well, right? He had started 16 games last year, and out of 16 of those games, he was QB1 on those things, and the rest of those were a lot of the rest of those were like QB 13 type of finishes, so just outside. But even on the weeks that you started him and he didn't perform great, there weren't a ton of those weeks where he absolutely shot you in the foot either on that one. And so I do like Kirk Cousins. I do like the fact that you can get him as the 16th quarterback off the board right now, and right around 119 overall. So I can get him in the last pick of the 10th round, roughly, kind of right in there as far as an ADP goes. And that will absolutely solidify that. Right? Like, that's one of those that I can go through and I can just get positional advantages and depth everywhere else on that one. I can draft Kirk Cousins, knowing that I'm going to get a guy that's going to return value for me and outperform his ADP